Let's now invite our commentator. So Eero Hyvönen, Chair of Council of Mass Media from Finland, will come and comment on the insights that Mark and Chiara just presented. The stage is yours, Eero.
Thank you, Kia, and hello everybody. And thank you, Chiara and Mark, for an excellent presentation and a very thought-provoking one. To begin with, I have to say that I'm not sure that I'm fully comfortable with the notion of media news media being more in a collaborative mode during a time of crisis. I hope at least that didn't mean that core values like independence and accuracy and integrity were compromised because of this crisis, because there was no need for that, I think. So in the next 9 minutes or so, I'll quote research supporting some and adding to some points Chiara and Mark just made. At the end, I'll touch lightly on the possible role code of ethics and media councils may have in building trust in trust in news media. So this is the first one. Trust is something that is constantly negotiated in a democratic society. And when it comes to the Finnish audiences, the research has found that the single most defining characteristic of Finnish audiences is that they are trusting yet simultaneously critical toward both legacy and social media. So the attitude is similar, but there's a huge difference when it comes to trust. You've seen some figures describing the trust in news media, but here come some charts on social media. So the blue line here shows the EU average for trust in social media, and the red line is like the Finnish average for all of the population. You can see that it has been low to begin with, and it's been declining. And that shows in some other perspectives also. What makes Nordic countries together different from many other societies is that when people are searching for news, they tend to go directly to the news media's online sites and apps. On the left corner you can see Nordic countries like Finland, Norway, Sweden and Denmark a bit more to the right. And the blue line again is the legacy news media's online usage. And the orange is for social media. You can see that there is a huge difference there in the Nordic countries. And when we go to the reasons for high trust in news media, a robust media system entailing independent journalism is needed, and also this is something that has been debated in the years, but the Finnish study I'm quoting here is of the opinion that a long-term commitment to media education in educational policies is important as well. And all the Nordic societies are quite small and have been at least homogeneous, and Finland is especially consensus-oriented society. And as we know, the decline in trust in the media is often a reflection of broader distrust and divisions in society. So where there are divides, there's less trust. And as Chiara and Mark presented earlier, professionally produced content produced by an individual or organization that is acting in good faith is something that produces trust. The Finnish mainstream media don't represent themselves as politically partisan, but politically neutral. So this means that they don't actively undermine trust in each other, like for example in the United States and in some other markets as well. And the GTR news report from 2020 says also, the Finland country report says also that professional in Finnish journalism is supported by the established position of Council for Mass Media. That is the organization I'm representing here. And the point is that the professional journalism is founded on some codes of ethics, I think all the way in Western democracies. But how to convince the audience that this commitment is sincere? Well, the media councils may be a means to that end. And in Europe, here you can see we have an alliance of independent press councils of Europe, and there are 31 members there. Some of these are quite fresh and just developing their organization, but quite many of these are well established, like the Finnish one. That is the case in all of the Nordic countries. And I'll go briefly into the practical questions, how the Media Council in Finland is functioning. Much of this I'm saying goes as well for Sweden, Norway and Denmark. So the main task of Council for Mass Media is to interpret good journalistic practice, and the second one is to defend freedom of speech and publication. So we are not here to restrict the freedom of speech, but to defend it. And anyone can file a complaint if ethical codes have been breached. So anyone here in Finland. You don't have to be personally involved. And if the Council for Mass Media issues a reprimand, the medium in question has to publish the whole resolution. You can see on the right corner part of the resolution that has been published. There's the news feed of that medium in question on the far right, and then there is the resolution that goes on and on and on. So it's quite hard to hide in some corner of the publication. And also other media run news stories on our decisions, like the reprimand that was shown just on the previous page. It was covered by 22 news outlets altogether. And by far, the majority of Finnish news media is affiliated to Council for Mass Media, and an influential part of other mainstream media also. And then also minor publications through their own association. So all this means that the commitment to ethical codes is made visible. So thank you.